It is still a dire situation in parts of Saskatchewan this morning. La Ronge and Denair Beach are joining a list of communities in that province who are reeling from wildfires that continue to burn across the province.
It's absolutely terrible. It's devastating to everybody in the community. We have about 800 people in our community, and most of them don't have a home to return to, including myself.
So that was Carrie from Denair Beach. She's just one of an estimated 15,000 people in Saskatchewan who were forced to evacuate far from their homes. For more on wildfires this morning, we're joined from Prince Albert by Nigel Maxwell, senior reporter at Pattison Media and PAnow.ca. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So bring us up to speed. The Saskatchewan Public Health Agency says 9 wildfires currently are not contained. They are burning out of control. So in total, 24 active wildfires burning in the province. Can you tell us what's the latest situation on the ground this morning in terms of wildfires and evacuees?
Absolutely. Dire and challenging are the two words being used a lot lately right now. When with no rain in the forecast, no significant rain, I should say, for at least a few more days, it can change hour to hour, literally, in terms of the wildfire effort here. As you mentioned, there's 24 fires right now happening in the province. 8 are listed as not contained. One of the biggest fires, one north of La Ronge, is called the Pattison fire. Has also been called a monster in recent days and has grown to over 140,000 hectares. Now, to put that in perspective, that's about half the size of Ottawa. Now, the good news is, though, there is no casualties. The mayor of La Ronge yesterday, Joe Hordisky, had mentioned that the situation is actually a lot calmer today, but they have another fire south of La Ronge that they're watching. And that one, if the winds change again, could pose as the next challenge. Now, as you mentioned, there's been a number of structural losses happening in La Ronge. Downtown businesses, including a historic trading post store there in La Ronge, now reduced to ash.
It is just devastating when you see these communities who, some of these buildings have been there, as you said, like this historic one, for decades, just decimated. It really, it's hard for people when they return to town to see those landmarks lost. We're just watching a couple firefighters trying to take down this structural fire. What other difficulties are crews facing in that province?
Right, so it's the winds. It's tinder dry conditions happening right now in Saskatchewan. We've had no rain for weeks. They need it badly. That's what they're fighting. And those winds that fueled that fire north of La Ronge, I mean, let's talk about from between Monday and Tuesday, it grew by over 60,000 hectares and was fueled by 95-kilometer winds. That's what they woke up to Tuesday morning to fight. It's been an ongoing effort, in many cases, an uphill effort. It's probably what they're feeling. Yesterday, I saw some disturbing imagery of a small community in Melanosa, which is located about 60 kilometers south of La Ronge, and it looks like just a wall of fire a few kilometers down the road.
Terrifying to see. And, as you know, once those wildfires hit a certain size, they start to almost create their own weather system. They've got so much heat inside them. They can create wind patterns. And, of course, as you point out, in the northern part of Saskatchewan, it's all just fuel that's waiting for this fire to consume. There's a lot of frustration, I know you're hearing it too, from evacuees over Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe not calling in the Canadian military for help. Right next door, Manitoba did it more than a week ago. How is the Saskatchewan Premier defending that decision?
Essentially, he's bringing it down to that this is a very highly specialized effort, very high risk. So they want the firefighting crews on the ground, where they have efforts from Alaska, Quebec, BC, Alberta, all over Saskatchewan, volunteer fire departments. Those are the ones on the ground. Basically, Premier Scott Moe says the military does not have an air tanker. They are not trained specifically to fight the fires. They are more trained to deal with the evacuees. And so he's mentioned that discussions are ongoing with the military. He's not completely dismissing it. But right now, he says the effort needs to be with the firefighters who are in the danger areas. Down the road, it is a possibility, though, again, as we deal with these thousands of evacuees. He mentioned 15,000. But right now, again, the effort needs to be focused on fighting these fires, getting those lines set up, and calming the situation.
Nigel, you're in PA, in Prince Albert, where hundreds of evacuees have landed to stay. One hotel says there's so many people that some are even sleeping on air mattresses. They just don't have enough beds. How are communities like Prince Albert supporting evacuees? Like, when you're walking around town, what does it look like?
I went to, actually, they have a center set up here at Sask Polytech. It's a post-secondary institution where they had literally hundreds of evacuees coming in from La Ronge. Can you imagine? They drove, it's a 2-hour drive from PA to La Ronge on a normal day. But because of the thick smoke, it's taking many of them about 6 hours.
Wow.
And upon getting to PA, they're waiting in line for hours. Many of them with small children as well, waiting to register. Now, fortunately, there are a few locations like that in PA. They're getting them through as quick as they can. But obviously, families are frustrated. When you have young children with you, they're uncertain what's going on. I was touched yesterday by seeing a local Red Cross worker, though, handing out snacks to one of the kids. Also, though, it's great. Some of the local Indigenous communities are stepping up to help as well. Muscadet First Nation has literally closed their school this week and is taking in the 200 evacuees from La Ronge, as well as from Stanley and Mission now, who also announced their evacuation last night. And basically, they transformed their school using the classrooms as activity centers, the gym. They've got cots, 200 set up in there. They're providing cultural programming. Other communities as well. We've heard about Batoche taking evacuees, as well as James Smith Cree Nation.
You know, it's the contrast in stories like this, right, Nigel, where you've got these devastating fires and destruction, and then out of that comes this outpouring of compassion and empathy and action from communities like Prince Albert. I want to thank you for joining us this morning.
Oh, you're welcome.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.